It is now time for Roll Out Live with Speedy and Friends, and I'll be
Speedy
up in this.
raggedy bitch.
Wow. Thanks, Wanzer.
You gotta switch it up sometimes.
And now we got?
You got Anthony Wanzer.
Or you just pull your chair forward.
Yeah, I can do that.
I can do that. You can do that. Keep leaning and going back and forth. In the house we got? In the house we got?
Thurston Bilal.
Thurston Bilal. You can't go to jail with a name like Thurston.
I'm thirsty.
Not thirsty.
Thurston. Like Thurston Howe.
Like Thurston Howe.
Table table, the one, the only, the honorable.
Shalom to the people.
Yeah, your shalom didn't come through. That's cool. My son works.
August 31st.
It is, yeah, he's
Make
stupid.
sure you guys get out of there.
Yeah, it is August 27. You got a few days before you have to get out of that. What is it? Afghanistan. You got to get out. And we got Freaky Friday. Don't be motherfuckers. What's going on? But we trying to help y'all so you can stay in Freaky Friday and you get your dick up. Because some of y'all shit ain't working. Probably eating habits. We got a young man, and I'll say young because he is young, who bought in some great stuff. Gonna help me get down to my fighting weight.
Get down to your model weight.
Whatever you want to call it. Tell everybody about what we have in front of us here.
Well, what we have is the Electric Cell Nutrition Cleanse. It's an intercellular cleansing and cellular revitalization. Mm-hmm. It assists the body in its natural ability to cleanse fecal matter, inflammation from the body, colon, liver, spleen, kidney, and then nourish the blood and nourish the body. So
now, once you do this, because I remember we were talking earlier, and then people go back to the way they normally eat, chicken, fried chicken, the whole nine. Why do this if you're going to go back to that, right?
Well, the goal is really to move in the direction of perfection.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that we all have with our health is we're victims of the wrong food. Mm-hmm. We're eating foods that are man-made, and they really aren't intended to go in the body, really.
Mm-hmm. Give me one.
Give you one.
Chicken. I knew it.
The cow. Chicken. Let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. So is the cow an animal that God created?
Okay, yeah.
No, it's not.
He's not?
No. The cow is man-made, right?
Didn't know
how they made the cow is they took the sperm of the ox and they put it in the buffalo. Two animals that would never have had sex.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's just like those little dogs that everybody has.
Yeah.
Those little cute dogs.
They cost a gang of money.
But most of them dogs can't even have sex. They had to artificially inseminate them with the sperm of whatever animal they're going to sperm, because genetically they didn't get that, how to do it, right? So let's get back to the animals. The chicken was made from the guinea fowl hen and another bird. So what man has done is he has taken a natural animal and another natural animal, and he's put the sperm in one, and he made something else that he can control. The cow. The cow, it needs a barn, it needs a vet, it needs to be fed. The buffalo, he can lay down in a blizzard and go to sleep, get up and go get him something to eat. The cow would freeze because genetically he's not equipped. So when you eat that, your body is in confusion. And then the milk
tastes good. Whatever
tastes
that
great.
is. Yeah, whatever.
Taste. We taste rules, right? But we especially black folks have failed to set up any infrastructure for our own food. We're still eating the food of the people that oppressed us. Basically, we ain't making shit. We are consumers, basically.
All the way around.
All the way around. So when you eat that, your body is a processing plant. Its main job, the body's main job, is to build and repair. And it takes the food, it's supposed to be fuel. But 90-something% of the food in the grocery store is whack. So that's our problem, all of our problem. So the question, to get back to what you asked me, is, so after somebody takes that, how do they continue to go? Dr. Sebi, who was my big brother and teacher and client, he left the Dr. Sebi nutritional guide behind, and he said foods and vegetables, which is right in that package. There's a list of fruits and vegetables, nuts and grains, which still have nutritional value. Now, more research needs to be done, is what he used to tell me all the time. More research needs to be done, and he told me to go back to Africa, that there's some of the most powerful herbs on the planet, which he was right. And I just came from Ghana, Senegal, Gambia, Ethiopia, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, and Zanzibar. And indigenous plants are growing everywhere. It's medicine everywhere. You know, the Creator has placed many allies for us. In California, we haven't had any rain, but the dandelion plant, which all of you know, that little yellow flower that grows in your yard, is one of the most powerful blood purifiers on the planet. And Monsanto created Roundup to kill that plant. Now, why did they do that? Because that plant will nourish your liver and your kidney, and it will purify your blood.
The dandelion.
The dandelion.
And how would
Look it up. Don't take my word for it.
How would you use
Get a
the
little closer.
dandelion
The dandelion, see, what an indigenous plant can do what no laboratory can do. It can turn solid minerals into liquid digestible substances. What does that mean? It sends its roots in the ground and it absorbs those minerals. And when you eat that plant, you get the minerals in a way that your body can assimilate. See, it's not what you eat. People are taking vitamins, which are all man-made. People are taking all this other supplements. Oh, we need protein is the key word. We need this, we need that. But most of it is something that they could take and patent, because they can't patent a natural plant. They can't patent a dandelion plant, right? No. But they can take it and synthesize it and say, okay, we have dandelion 2. Or we can put it in this drug and we can say it's an oxetol, and boom, we own that. So it's about money, but I want all of you, all of our family watching, because we're doing this to give you some information so you can.
That's why we're doing this.
Of perfection.
Before we get to the freak shit.
I want you to look up the indigenous edible plants that grow in your area. If you're in California, look up the indigenous edible plants that grow in California, and the indigenous medicinal plants. And then you'll start to recognize that you have things growing all around you that are actually medicine. And they're actually cellular food that can nourish your body on a cellular level, like purslane.
Question. Sorry. So what I'm
Get
asking
closer.
is, if you have a dandelion, if you see a bunch of them right there and you pick one, now what do I do with it?
Okay, so say you see the dandelion plant. First, if it looks good and it looks like it's not discolored, or it looks like it's not been sprayed, because sometimes you see stuff and it has white up on it, but you could take that dandelion plant, you could chew on the stalk and suck all the juice out of it. You could take the leaves and make a salad out of it. You could take that flower, throw it around the corner of your yard, and dandelion would grow, because see, with an indigenous plant, you don't have to dig nothing and plant it. You can just throw that over there and it'll grow every year, because it's natural. It don't need you to water it. You might need some water in California, because we have not had any water, and most of the indigenous plants are dried up. But there is also a powerful, powerful plant that grows everywhere in California when we get rain. Every year you see it. It's the wild mustard green. The wild mustard green is the mother of broccoli, cauliflower, rabari.
Somebody
turnips.
told me that broccoli was man-made.
It is, because they took the wild mustard green and they grafted it with another plant to make the broccoli. But if you see the wild mustard green, you'll see some little broccoli heads on it, and when you eat it, it tastes like wasabi. Well, right over here on the Soto, right near the 118. You get off the freeway, you go down there, there's a field right there, a reservoir and some other stuff over there. Every time it rains in the spring, that's covered with wild mustard green. It's the most powerful green on the planet. And it supplies you with iron and a whole bunch of other minerals. I go over there and pick them.
Now, for the people that's going through COVID and trying to get themselves better, they got sick, didn't get sick, these you would suggest for them to take?
Absolutely.
Or start off?
I would suggest them to take it, but what we have to realize is that it's a flu. And they have changed the definition of a pandemic from death to infection. And what does that mean? Well, it used to be pandemic came, people just died. You'd see people falling out. Now we got homeless people sleeping on the street and they not falling over dead.
Yeah, I pointed that out.
Yeah. So, but
point
they're
that out.
saying infections are going up. All right. So yeah, infections are going up, but they're not counting the flu anymore.
Mm.
That's off the radar. Everything now is COVID.
Mm.
But we're not going to get into that too much. But what you can do is you have to look at everybody that calls me and asks me, because I'm a coach. I don't say I heal anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a lifestyle coach, and a healthy lifestyle coach, and I try to lead people in the direction of perfection. And so when they call me and ask me, the first question I ask them is, what did you eat for the last 24, 48 hours? Most of them said eggs, dairy, meat, starch, or sugar. Everybody that told me they had these symptoms had eaten that. I told them, stop eating all food. Go and get some cloves. Cloves are antibiotic, microbiotic. Go get some oregano. Get some thyme. Get some ginger. Boil that. Stop eating all food for 48 hours. Just drink water and drink that tea. Add some cayenne to that too. You can sweeten it with lemon and honey or agave if you want, but just start drinking that nonstop. Most people, that gives their body the fuel it needs, immune
fight it off.
system to fight off.
Yeah, my
what they're
son
dealing
always
with.
says, no need for anybody to drink milk. So
Milk is one of the most disastrous things that you can put in your mouth.
Yeah, that's soft. If you a man drinking milk, you soft, man. That's high estrogen, mucus. That's nasty.
you get to the fifth power.
Not only that, but what mammal on earth drinks the milk of another mammal?
Yeah, that's soft, man. Man code violation, man.
You know?
They didn't think about that.
And you can make some wonderful milk out of hemp seed.
Hemp
Hemp
about
seed.
that hemp seed.
That hemp seed is very powerful.
Talk
Very
about it. I already
powerful.
know.
You and you just put some in some water and blend it. It's gonna turn white. Add a little vanilla. Add some sea moss to it and some agave. Now you got some wonderful milk that you can eat with your cereal. If you want to drink milk, drink that one, folks.
What is
Tell
hemp seed?
them
I've
again.
never heard of it.
Hemp seed is the hemp seed.
Okay.
Hemp seed is the seed of the hemp plant, which is a cannabis plant. Right now, if you're working on a job, working for massa, it may come up that you have some weed in your system. But as far as nutrition, it's going to give you what they always talk about, protein. You can also make it out of walnut too.
Yeah. I eat a lot of walnuts.
And if you have any questions, you can go to my website,
Please do.
which is www.electriccellnutrition.com.
If you want to call in, 818-914-4087. If you're tuning in, you're just tuning in like, what the fuck going on? Trying to help your ass before we let you learn how to fuck. Got my man here. So now
Wait,
you...
give the website one more time so they can.
Yeah. Well,
www.electric, just like it spells, cell, C-E-L-L, nutrition.com.
You can't spell
electriccellnutrition.com.
you can't spell nutrition. You may not need this. So this one is what?
This is the Defender, and it has a lot of those things in it that I said. It has oregano in it. The common oregano that you got in your cupboard is very powerful. Look it up. Don't take my word for anything that I'm saying. Go and look it up with Google or somebody else that you trust, and ask them, does it have medicinal purposes? That's the proper language, because you got to ask the right question to get the right answer. Ask do these things have medicinal purposes? But I put that tea together because oregano is antibiotic, microbiotic. Cloves are a powerhouse. If you have a toothache, you can put clove in it and clamp your teeth down on it and just leave it in your mouth and let that go all up in there. It'll help you with your toothache.
Wow,
And
didn't know
it'll
that.
kill bacteria in your mouth. And for all your stank breath people, it'll help your breath. So
And which one was that?
cloves.
Cloves.
You know cloves, the one they used to put in the ham when they used to bake it? I'm from Ohio. Niggas used to put cloves all over the ham because cloves kills the parasites' eggs. And the
Oh,
pig has parasites.
Say it again. Say it again, just in case people don't know.
The pig has parasites. Trichina, the trichina worm, when you eat pig, if it ain't cooked well, you got parasites. And parasites is a big problem because what happens is you become the host. All you sushi eating people and people that's eating poke, y'all got parasites. And I do have a parasite cleanse on my website, which will assist the body in its natural ability. But you actually become the apartment complex that these parasites are living in, and they making babies and they having sex and they getting down and they eventually start telling you what to eat. It's usually starch and sugar and more meat because that's what they want. So parasites will have a litany of symptoms, and a lot of times the doctors won't know. They'll say, let's do testing. And unless they test specifically parasites, they won't come back and tell you that. But I would suggest you work on getting them parasites out. So cloves is one thing that helps. I have an excellent parasite formula that assists the body in its natural ability to rid itself of those. But to answer that question fully that you asked me, once they take this cleanse, we were talking about that one. Once they take this cleanse, this one, and they get rid of a lot of the fecal matter, they start eating right, you should continue to eat that because, see, we as human beings, we probably ate meat, for a long time, but we didn't eat this meat, this mystery meat that we was eating, especially not the Impossible Burger or some of these other things that, I wonder why they named it an Impossible Burger. Maybe it's because it's impossible for you to digest it. If you look up some of the ingredients and you ask questions, so you have to ask the right questions. So how people always ask me, well, what about this food? What about that? I'll ask, these are the questions that I ask. Is it a hybrid? Is a real important question. Because what is a hybrid? A hybrid is when, just like the cow, when they took the sperm and the ox and they put it in the buffalo and now they got this cow, that's a hybrid. Anytime you change something that is natural, what God created, or if you don't believe in God, that was naturally here, anytime you change that, you have changed the genetic code. When something is natural, it has a genetic code. When you eat it, your body knows how to break that down and use it for fuel and to repair. But if the genetic code has been changed, the body's in confusion. So it's trying to break down these unknown substances, and a lot of inflammation, which is the cells that die from all of this breakdown that didn't happen, the body will store it as either fat or inflammation. Inflammation is at the core of most of the problems we have. If you have sinusitis, what's obstructing the sinus passage? Inflammation. If you have bronchitis, what's obstructing the bronchial tubes? Inflammation. If you're swelling, what's making you swell? Inflammation. If you have colitis, inflammation, on and on and on. Diabetes, the pancreatic duct is clogged with inflammation, or you have so much inflammation that your body can't read the insulin, or you have parasites and it's obstructing the pancreas from producing inflammation. So inflammation, once you start to clean that out, arthritis, inflammation in the joints, on down the list. If you ask any doctor, what's the cause of most of these so-called diseases, which is really dis-ease? Inflammation is usually at the core. Now, we all have a genetic weakness. Our mothers and fathers took drugs, and they did all this stuff, and worked in toxic environments, and ate all of this stuff that wasn't right. So when we were born, we have something that is different with us. All of us different.
Yeah, everything different.
Mine has always been my lung.
Okay.
When I was younger, I had bronchitis. They said you had asthma, but it wasn't until I stopped drinking milk when I was probably about 20 that a lot of the symptoms and the problems I was having went away.
So you can make your own milk. Tell them how to make their own milk.
You can't make your own milk with hemp seed. You would maybe take half a cup of hemp seed, put it in a blender. I have a big blender, and then maybe 32 ounces of water. Add some vanilla.
Spring water, you said.
Spring water.
What about alkaline?
Okay, alkaline water. Years ago, the Chinese came out with this alkaline water machine, the Kangen water machine. I got one, and I started selling them. I sold a lot of them, right? Because I was always interested in health and trying to move in the direction of perfection. But when Dr. Sebi came back and he needed my help in 2014, the first question I asked him was, Sebi, what about alkaline water? He said, is it from a machine? I said, yes, from the Kangen. He said, you can't make alkaline water from a machine. First off, the alkalinity has to be based on the mineral content in the water. See, fresh water that comes from a spring, it's been filtered by the core of the earth to absorb some of the minerals, and then when you drink it, your body can assimilate those minerals, right? That the Kangen water machine is taking tap water with chlorine, fluoride, and all this stuff in it, running it over titanium plates, shooting electricity through it, splitting it into two types of water, acid and alkaline water. The Kangen water machine got two spouts come out. The one is alkaline, the other one is acid. They say, oh, you can clean your stove with this acid water. And well, to me, it's some half-ass water. Because if the creator of the universe had a meant for the water to be split in two types, he would have already done that.
So spring water is what we should be drinking.
Spring water is the best we can do right now until we get us a spring. We in a sad state of condition because we don't control any of that. And we need to get control of it, especially now.
Close to it. All right, so if you want to get this one, now, black folks, I don't want to hear nothing about how much it costs, Speedy. That's way too much money. You motherfuckers spending money on goofy shit.
Well, they spend that much money on weed.
Yeah, and shit that. Anyway,
right.
This one here is the 14. You said 14 days?
Yeah. That's a 2-week cleanse.
2-week cleanse.
$70, and then a month is $140. But along with that, if you have a certain disease, you have a certain problem, if you call me, I can show you how you can start to move in the direction of backing out of some of these diseases. And the reason why I say that is because usually if inflammation is at the core of it, once you start getting rid of the inflammation, you have to work with your doctor, because I'm not a medical doctor. I'm a nutritional supplement and a healthy lifestyle coach. But you can coordinate with your doctor, and maybe you can get off of some of these drugs that all have side effects.
Every single one. I hate seeing.
Are you against meat? Would you say you shouldn't eat meat? Because you said that the cow is not natural, but if the buffalo is natural and the ox is natural, would you say you shouldn't eat buffalo or,
Well, I don't try to tell anybody what they should eat, because we all gonna eat what we gonna eat. I might eat some wild caught fish every now and then. So what I'm saying is, I'm not perfect either, and we all have
a little vice or whatever that is.
We have it, and you got to start from wherever you at. But do you notice after you eat that steak how you feel?
Sluggish.
Yeah, and it takes a long time for your body to even be able to try to digest meat, right?
Because if I'm not mistaken, someone told me for red meat, it's 14 days before it actually leaves your system.
If you look at the mammals that eat meat, what type of teeth do they have?
Sharp.
They got sharp teeth, tear flesh, break skin, break bone, right? We don't have that type of teeth. So genetically, I don't think we were primarily meat eaters, right? We have the teeth of animals
like
that
cows.
eat.
we got koala bear teeth.
Well,
It should be.
Yeah, but they eat fruits and vegetables, nuts and grains. Now we may have been opportunistic and ate meat sometimes, but it's a lot different between eating something from the jungle that's eating indigenous plants and eating something that they feed in corn and soy. We eating tilapia and they feeding them pellets. The salmon, the farm-raised salmon, is being fed pellets of corn and soy. Corn and soy, two of the most genetically altered things on the planet, and a reason for a lot of the problems, health problems that we are experiencing, because our bodies don't know how to digest it.
And we're gonna fix that for you. That's what we're doing. We're fixing you right now.
No,
helping
you're gonna fix yourself.
There it is.
Because
I can't fix it.
I'm not gonna be there when you get ready to eat that double butter burger with cheese.
And you know what?
Or that
You know what?
loaded potato.
My
Or that milkshake. You're gonna have to say, you know what? I'm not eating this shit today. No.
My question is not from a standpoint of perfection, but just from a standpoint of is this something that's good for you?
None of us are
or
gonna
not.
live forever, right?
Right.
This temple, this body that we have,
Mm-hmm.
it is a wonderful utensil. Like when you cut yourself, do you have to tell that cut to heal? No. It's already working on it, right? But how fast it heals and if it gets infected is determines by what if your systems are working together and if you have the right nutrition to facilitate what you're doing. So meat, in this meat in America that you eating, if you went and looked at how the cows are being dealt with and how the animals are being dealt with, they live in horrible conditions. The chickens, they don't even get a chance to walk around. That Kentucky Fried Chicken, you know, that chicken don't even never get to walk. That's why it's so soft and it melts in your mouth. You know, because
it's a chance to build up no muscle.
He ain't got no muscle. Right? He's just being fed and
Like
getting
it's a
fattened
soft
up.
ass
Yeah,
But it's
soft,
good.
But it's good. And that's the problem. See, we all are being ruled by our taste buds. And taste buds, the last thing to really determine really the bitter, the better.
Never thought about that.
Some of my formulas are not based on taste good. They based on giving your body the nutrition it needs so that it can do the job that it's intended to do.
And what's the website again?
www.electriccell, C-E-L-L, nutrition.
I mean, you said they could call you, but you didn't give out the number.
The number is
You want to do this one?
yeah, do that one. 424-258
4152.
50. I forget it's a good
424 258 4152. You have any questions? Again, he's not a doctor. He is a
nutritional consultant.
bam.
Absolutely. And a healthy lifestyle.
Healthy lifestyle coach. And he telling you what to do or what not to do. Juan just said you still gonna eat your chicken and your double butter burger.
I mean, if you know what the effects of something, then you could just make more of a conscious decision to where
Or how often you eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
I don't do pig.
like, for instance, some people say, "Oh, I don't eat red meat." So, you know, would you say not eating red meat is better than not eating chicken? You know, or does it matter?
You know, it would be different with everybody. You know, so like I know artists. I'm not gonna mention none of their name because I've been a singer and producer most of my life, and I know cats that smoke drugs all forever. My partner, he's still hitting the pipe, but he's still functioning at a high level. So his body his DNA is
He can do it.
It can do it. Somebody else would go. You know, so you got to listen to your body. If you eat something and immediately you're spitting out some mucus, as soon as you get finished eating it, well, that's telling you that your body is producing, trying to break these substances down. A lot of mucus is being produced. And that usually is the basis of some of the problems that you're going to have with your health. So
we just here to help. That's all.
Yeah.
We here to
So
help.
back to your question, is it healthy to eat meat?
Or red meat even?
Well, if you was growing that meat and you was taking it out, it was eating green grass every day, you knew what it was eating, it would probably be a lot better than that. But if you was eating buffalo, that would be closer to something that was natural.
I never had any buffalo. I appreciate you coming through, brother, because people need this knowledge. They need to know what's going on, how to get your body right, how to fight off this COVID thing and other things that's going on. And because the flu apparently ain't here no more. I don't know where the fuck it went, or fever. Can't just get a fever no
They
more.
stopped counting it.
They don't count those. Again, brother, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Website one more time, please.
ElectricCellNutrition.com. www.electricCellNutrition.com.
And the number, if you just want to call, get your questions asked or answered, 424-258-4152. And don't ask how much it costs, because if you need it, you need it. You want them Jordans, they're $100-something, you pay for that. They ain't doing nothing for your life. It's your boy, Speed Doggy Dog. We take a quick break, come right back. It is Roll Out Live with Speedy. Instagram.
Thirstco.
Yeah, spell that.
THURSTCO.
Thirstco. All right. Take a quick break, come right back. It is Roll Out Live with Speedy and Friends, and I'll be
Speedy.
That's what we're doing. Up in this bitch. Be right back. Don't move, man. Thank you.
Speedy.
Can we get some more enthusiasm?
Yeah.
No, you wasn't.
I
I
was
ain't
the
hear
only person
shit.
who said something.
Oh, you did. Oh, you sure did.